Good morning, students. I am Varalakshmi from Department of Civil Engineering, Mary Lakshman Reddy Institute of Technology and Management. So, in this lecture, I am going to cover the elementary profile of a gravity dam. What is the elementary profile? So, elementary profile is the shape of a dam design. Initially designing shape. Initially designing profile. Initially designing forces. So, initially the dam is in the shape of triangle. So, at the starting of design, what we are assuming that the dam is in the triangle shape. So, in that shape, what are the forces acting? How much intensity is acting? In which way the forces are passing are calculated. After in this elementary, what is the use of elementary profile? In this, we are fixing the base width and major three forces, resultant force, and check the resultant forces are passing through the one third of the base. One third law is um, satisfy the design or not is verifying through elementary profile. What is the use? First one, we are fixing the base width. Base width means the length of the base. And second one, we are verifying that all forces are passing through the one third of the base of the dam. Okay. So initially the design of the gravity dam starts with the triangle shape. Later, it is altered the shape. Okay. First, in the absence of any force other than the forces due to water, an elementary profile will be triangular in section, having zero width at the water level where water pressure is zero, and a maximum base width B where the maximum water pressure acts. So, in this triangle figure, what we will assume that at the top of the dam, that means at the highest point of the dam, the water level pressure is zero. Water level pressure is zero. That means there we did not design top width now. Okay. So there the water pressure is zero. And the base of the dam B, base width B, here the base width B is maximum. So here base width B, the max water pressure acts maximum, and top of the dam the water pressure is zero. Here zero, and it is maximum at base of the dam. Okay, initially we assume like that. Thus, the section of elementary profile is of the same shape as the hydrostatic pressure distribution diagram. So, by the assumption of this one, that means top is pressure, water pressure 0 and bottom is maximum. So, by assuming this, the shape of the dam is triangle shape. What is the shape of water pressure? Water pressure shape is also a triangle shape like this only. But this shape is in downstream side. In upstream side, the shape is in reverse direction. Triangle shape, reverse direction. So initially, we assumed a triangle shape of the dam, like hydrostatic pressure distribution. Next, for reservoir empty condition, a right angle triangle profile as shown in figure will provide the maximum possible stabilizing force against overturning without causing tension in the base. So, in the design, first we assumed that the reservoir is empty. That means there is no storage of water in the reservoir. So, at that assumption, we are calculating the stabilized forces against overturning and tension. So, first we assumed that the reservoir is empty. In reservoir empty condition, what are the major failures? Overturning and tension are the major failures. So our design is first in elementary profile, our design is against the stability of overturning and tension. So this is so because the weight of the dam acts at a distance of b by 3 from the upstream face and is closer to it. So why it happen overturning? That means in reservoir empty condition, what will be the major force acting? Dam weight itself acting a major force when reservoir is empty. Okay. So now we are assuming that reservoir is empty. So here there is no water force. Then what is the major force acting on the dam? Dam weight is acting. So then how the dam will stable? The resultant forces of the dam weight passing through the 1/3. That means this one. 1/3 of the base of the dam from upstream side. Okay. We know that all forces are acting towards the earth due to gravitational force. So, dam force also act vertically downwards and passing through the 1/3 distance from the upstream side. Okay. Next. In any triangle profile other than the right angle one is provided, its weight will act still closer to the upstream face to provide a higher stabilizing force. But tension will be developed at the toe when the dam is empty. So, this forming triangle is a right angle triangle that 90 degrees at reservoir heel. Next, it is if we want to change it, it's a not a right angle triangle. We use another triangle with another angle. Then automatically tension will created at the toe. So first initially in the design we used the right angle triangle. We shall consider mainly three forces in the design. They are weight of the dam, water pressure and uplift pressure acting on the elementary profile of gravity dam. So on this profile, what we are checking the forces out of it? Only three forces are calculated. They are weight of the dam, water pressure and uplift pressure. So first one, weight of the dam. Weight of the dam W equal to of BH rho W, where B base width of the dam, H height of the dam or reservoir, capital H, this one height of the reservoir. Okay, rho specific gravity of dam material, W unit weight of water. Okay, where weight of the dam is W equal to of BH rho W, where B is the base width of the dam. H is the height of the reservoir. Rho is the specific gravity of dam material. W is the unit weight of water. Next, second pressure, water pressure. Water pressure P equal to of WH square. Okay, what is of WH square, where H is the height of the reservoir. At what distance it acts? Acting at 1 by 3h from the base. That means at what distance the acting is this much. H by the pressure, water pressure acting at the level of H by 3. From which side? From the base side. Okay, what is the water pressure? The of WH square. At what distance it acts? H by 3 distance from the base. Next one is the uplift pressure. U equal to of CWBH. U equal to of CWBH, where H is the height of the reservoir only, because in upstream side, what is the water height? The same height of uplift pressure acting downward in the direction of below of the dam. So H is the height of the reservoir only. Okay, that's why this H is in the reverse direction in the below ground. Okay, so H. B is the base width, because uplift pressure is same as the base length. Okay, how much length it will act uplift pressure? Same as the base width of the dam. Okay, so B and H, where W is the unit weight of water and C is the uplift pressure intensity coefficient. Okay, so these three forces are considered in the design of elementary profile. What are the three forces? Weight of the dam. Okay, weight of the dam of BH rho W, water pressure of WH square, uplift pressure of CWBH. These three forces are considered in the design. Next, how we are designing the base width of the dam. The base width of the elementary profile is designed under two conditions. First of all, no tensile stress, and second one, no sliding. Okay, in two conditions. First one, no tensile stress, and second one, no sliding. We have already seen that when reservoir is empty, for no tension to develop, the resultant should act the inner third point. Okay, so first we look at the design of no tensile stress. In no tensile stress condition, we are taking the condition that reservoir is empty. Okay, what is that? Reservoir is empty. In the reservoir empty condition, what we assume that there is no tension to develop. It should take care that at any point of the dam, tension should not create it. So for that, we must take care that the resultant forces acting the inner third point, that means that all resultant forces passing through the inner third point from the base of the dam, that means the B by 3 distance from the toe. For the reservoir full condition, for no tension to develop, the resultant R must pass through the outer third point, that is outer third point, inner third point. So weight is passing from the upstream side 1/3. Resultant will pass 1/3 distance from the outside. That means from toe to resultant is 1 by b by 3 distance. M2 to toe is b by 3 distance. And M1 to heel is b by 3 distance. That means base width is divided into 3 parts. 1, middle 2, 3 parts. First part is the outer third, this is middle third, and this is inner third. Okay, so first one, these are the 3/3. So weight of the dam must pass through the first 1/3 distance. That means heel to M1. This resultant will pass through the last 1/3. That means M2 to toe. Okay. So you must take care that resultant will pass through the 1/3 outer 1/3. That means M2 to toe. Okay, that is the outer third. Next, base width design based on no tensile stress. So taking the moment of all forces about M2 and equating it to 0. So we must take all forces at M2. What are the all forces? What are the all forces? Weight of the dam, weight of water pressure, uplift pressure. Okay. So what are the forces? First one, weight of the dam. What is the force and moment difference? Force is the formulas given to you of WH square water pressure and of CWBH uplift pressure, of the BH rho W is the weight of the dam. So what is the formula for moment? The force into in how much distance it will act. That is the moment. Force into in what distance it will act. The multiplied with that we get the moment. So that force into at what distance it will act. That is the moment. So here in M2 we are calculating the moments. Okay. In moments what we add and what we will minus. Water pressure, we are taking the 3 pressures, right? So what are the weight of the dam? What is the formula of BH rho W? In which direction it will act? In vertically downward direction. Next one, water pressure of WH square. In which direction it will act? Horizontal direction it will act in. Next one, uplift pressure. In which direction it will act? Of CWBH. In which direction? Vertically upward direction. That means weight of the dam vertically downward, uplift pressure vertically upward. So now we are adding all these forces. First one, of WH square water pressure into H by 3. At what distance it acting? H by 3 distance. So of WH square into H by 3. It is in horizontal direction. That's why the sign is plus. Next one, of CWBH. Okay. So of CWBH into B by 3. That is uplift pressure. In what distance it will act? B by 3 distance. So if in which direction it will act? Vertically upward direction. So it is also taken as positive. Next one, of BH rho W. In which, what is it? This is weight of the dam. In which direction it will act? at B by 3 distance, it is acting from hill B by 3. So into B by 3. Vertically in opposite direction, that's why we are putting minus. So water pressure plus uplift pressure plus uplift pressure minus weight of the dam equal to 0. Now we are calculate with multiply with 6 by WH. So after cancelling all, what will remain? H square plus CB square plus, sorry, H square plus CB square minus B square rho equal to 0. In this, we are taking common of B square. What is remaining? Rho minus C equal to H square. When B square is taking common, C minus rho. When this is sent to the 0 part, automatically minus cancel. So B square into rho minus C equal to H square. We want the formula for B. Then B equal to H by square root of rho minus C. This is the formula for calculating the base width of the dam. So, base width is depend on height of the reservoir, rho density of the material, C uplift intensity. When we considered uplift as 1, then automatically what is the formula? B equal to H by square root of rho minus 1. If uplift is 0, then what will happen? B equal to H by square root rho. So these are the formulas for base width. What is the main formula of base width? B equal to H by rho square root of rho minus C is the base width formula. Next one. Next design, base width design based on no sliding criteria. Okay. So for no sliding to occur, horizontal force causing sliding should be balanced by the frictional forces opposing the same. So horizontal forces for no sliding, horizontal forces are balanced with the frictional forces. So for that purpose, we must consider the P equal to mu into W minus U. That means water pressure equal to mu into W weight of the dam minus uplift pressure. That means water pressure equal to mu frictional coefficient, W weight of the dam minus U uplift force. So where water pressure of WH square equal to mu into of BH rho W minus of CBWH. In W is cancelling, small w is cancelling by taking common. Next, what will cancel? H also cancelling. So WH off is also cancelling. So off WH is cancelling. Okay. What will remain? Here only H is remaining. In this direction, what will remain? Mu into rho, B, mu, common this B. So mu into B. Okay. Rho minus C is remaining. This side H and this side mu B into rho minus C. We are calculating the base width. So B equal to H by mu into rho minus C. Okay, that is H is the height of reservoir, rho is the density of material, C is the uplift coefficient. If we neglect the uplift pressure, automatically C is 0. Then what is the base width formula? B equal to H by mu into rho. Okay. The width provided for the elementary profile should be greater of the width given by the both criteria. So in design, we must take care that the width provided for the elementary profile should be greater than the width given by the both criteria. That means in elementary profile, in no tensile condition, it is the, say it is 10 meters. In sliding condition, say it is 9 meters. So automatically we should provide greater than the 10 meters length in design. Okay. Next, what are the stresses developed in the elementary profile? Majorly, we are considered the normal stress and principal stress, shear stress at heels and toes. Okay. So first we calculate the normal stress. The equation for normal stress is generally V by B into 1 plus or minus 6E by B. That means at a heel plus at a toe minus. For full reservoir condition in elementary profile, E equal to B by 6 and V equal to W minus U. So we consider the reservoir full condition. For stress in designing of base width, we are considering the reservoir empty condition. Okay. After fixing the base width, we are calculated the base width. We are calculating the stresses. In stresses, we are taking the consideration of reservoir is full condition. So in that condition, what is the value of E? Eccentricity B by 6. And what is the V? V means vertical forces. What are the vertical forces? Weight of the dam and uplift pressure. So W minus U is the vertical forces. Hence, full reservoir case, the normal stress at toe is, so normal stress at toe is V by B. That means W minus U by B, 1, the toe got a plus, E means B by 6 cancelling, so 1. So what is normal stress at toe? 2 into W minus U by B. What is the W of DH rho W and U of CBWH? So by taking common of WH, of is cancelling. So what will remain? WH into rho minus C. Okay. So stress at toe is WH rho minus C. The corresponding stress at heel is, we are taking at heel minus. Automatically 1 minus 1 equal to 0. At heel, the stress is 0. At toe, the stress is WH rho minus C. Similarly, principal stress, sigma 1 equal to Pn secant square phi. Pn, what is the Pn we get? Pn equal to WH rho minus C. So, WH rho minus C into B by H whole square plus 1 in this secant formula. So, B by H whole square equal to 1 by rho minus C. Substituting in sigma 1, what will we get? WH into rho minus C plus 1. This is the principal stress at toe. Similarly, shear stress, tau equal to Pn tan phi. Pn is WH rho minus C. tan phi means B by H. So this is H, this is B. So phi equal to B by H. Where B by H, what is the B value? Base width value. Here we get the base width value H by square root of rho minus 1. Substituting this in the B by H, we will get WH square root of rho minus C. So this is the shear stress. Since the normal stress at the heel is 0, automatically principal stress and shear stress will be 0. So all stresses are calculated at toe only because at the heel part it is 0. Reservoir empty condition. When the reservoir is empty, the only force acting on the elementary profile will be its weight, acting through the first third point M1. Hence, V equal to W, E equal to minus B by 6. So, shear stress is 0 and maximum compressive normal stress equal to principal stress at the heel or toe. Okay, so this is the designing of elementary profile. Thank you. We will meet with another topic in the next design. Okay, thank you.